Hello everybody and welcome again to another video. Now this one is going to be a bit different. I know guys, we are all sad about so many of the things going on around Manchester United, from the disappointment to do with the takeover, the whole situation and whatever is beginning to unfold now, but also the performances have not been coming in as we would love them to come in. Obviously, I know I'm where you are at, but let's be positive for 1 minute. In this video, we are looking ahead guys to the future. Whereas there is all this disappointment surrounding our players, guys, can we look ahead at the youngsters we have at Manchester United and the prospects we have in this team and what they can actually become if things come right in the future? My name is Webb. Welcome to the hotspot. Do subscribe if you haven't, guys. We've got to build up to 6K. I mean, guys, don't you leave me hanging on this. We started this together. Let's keep sharing this video so that we make 6K subscribers as we keep growing. And now guys, here are my top 3 youngsters at Manchester United. I'll probably make it 4, depending on the mood I'm in. Okay, let me make it 5. My top 5 youngsters at Manchester United right now, who we should be looking out for the future. Forget about what's happening away from the club, but in terms of their potential, we obviously know for a fact that right now the best young player in the world is Jude Bellingham, and by far, by a mile, he's far ahead of everyone around him, not only in the UK but in the world. That's, for me, is the honest truth. I think Jude Bellingham is such a special player. Body, skill, physique, height, strength, edge, goals, assists, passes, headers. He's a complete player. I've not seen anything like that, by the way, in a long time. All players, there are so many good players who have emerged, but I've not seen a more complete player than Jude Bellingham for me. But we had a chance to sign him. We didn't make use of it. We probably did not impress him. So let's focus on those we have. So United as well has got some good promising youngsters. Now I'll start from I think from the 5th to my number 1 will be my best prospect at Manchester United. All players we have, they're here and on loan. Top 5 young prospects. Number 5, I'll put Hannibal Mejbri. I think this boy, he's only 20, but he has proved to us what he's made of. We signed him in 2019 from Monaco, and certainly I'm seeing what we saw in him. And 2019 is not way too far. I think he has come of age so fast. I really give it up to him. He has put in the yards, but boy, doesn't he have many hearts and lungs? I mean, this boy has got an energy to envy. This is the kind of energy that wins games in the Premier League. I feel like he's not really for his talent and flair on the ball. It's his work rate, and that's the heart of a player who is going to exceed in the Premier League. So for me, Mejbri will make my top 5 list of young prospects at Manchester United. At number 5, that's one, excuse me. Number 4 prospects at Manchester United in terms of the young talent we have, I would go for I was torn between Amad Diallo and Facundo Pellistri. I know for a fact that in terms of raw talent and ability, I think Diallo is better than Pellistri. But I think Pellistri might have an edge, and that's why Pellistri is making my top 5 young prospects at United ahead of Diallo, because honestly we've seen more of Pellistri than Diallo. Yes, we know what Diallo can do, but I think lately we judge by the recent. I mean, Diallo has been injured for a long time, and that's not against him, but that's the reality. It's unfortunate, but it's part of the game. I can't put him ahead of a Pellistri who makes good direct runs towards the goal at times. When he's confident, he has got a certain directness to him. I just don't like the way he keeps cutting back, though. At times he makes a run and then gets to the end of it, he cuts back a lot. But I feel he has got something in him that I think we can mold into a good player. I think he's a talented player, this young boy. That's why he's even on his national team. So I think Pellistri, in terms of but also he's a bit a different player. He brings a different dimension in especially the wing positions. I feel like we've not seen the best of him, but it will come. So Pellistri will make my top 5 list of the young prospects at United in the number 4 position. And again, speaking of this now, as I go into the top 3, I'm reminded of our most successful United teams. I think we've always had promising young players. Promising young players are always important because you have to build, you look to the future. I mean, we have these Casemiros. If you look at the United squad, most of our core players are actually 26 plus. Now in football, that's old, really. In football, that's old, unless you're a goalkeeper. So I feel like we have a lot of old players, but we've got young players who remind me of the generations, when we had young talent like Cristiano Ronaldo himself, young talent like Wayne Rooney, when we had, young talent like, who else can I talk? David Beckham. I feel like we have a bit of that, but it's overshadowed by everything going on around the club. That, of course, inadvertently, comes, into the bad results, and then it affects the, the talent, the players. It covers them. But here's my top three that, reminds me of the good times we had. In number three, in my top three, I will put, my number three top talent for the future at United now in Mason Greenwood. My number three is Mason Greenwood. Now, Greenwood ordinarily, of course, in a few months ago would have been probably my number one, but of course things have changed a bit. His situation is different. He's on loan to Getafe right now. He's looking decent. He's beginning to come back. He's beginning to enjoy his football again. Looks like he's beginning to re-enjoy his football, and when he does that, certainly can move from number three to number one. But also the uncertainty about whether we'll have him back in 2024 or not. But he's on loan to Getafe. He's doing well. He scored his first goal there. He has been assisting. So he's looking good. He's natural. He's a talent. For me, there is no doubt about his potential. He's young. He's only 21. So he's there. He's a talent for the future. And I hope we do handle this boy right at this club. I hear that Sir Jim Ratcliffe had a bad meeting, scolding, these CEOs and all for making certain bad signings. Apparently, these are reports that are coming through. But I hope he scolds them as well for the way they handled Mason Greenwood, because the one thing that is going to get Sir Jim Ratcliffe to be loved by United supporters, the majority of them at least, is bringing back Mason Greenwood at the very first opportunity. Yeah. I've said it. So in my number three is Greenwood. He's a talent for England. I'm sure those who love England must be feeling. With Jude Bellingham, Bukayo Saka, okay, Marcus Rashford can be added in there. Really, you don't want to lose Mason Greenwood. I feel this is the crop of talent that can bring England the Euros or the World Cup title. Build on Jude Bellingham and all the other players, the young players they've got around them, including Greenwood. But anyhow, that's where we are now. He's forced out, and probably he might never play for England again. You never know. But knowing these people, guys, it's terrible. Anyhow, my number two, yes, top two. You can give me yours, by the way, your top 5 list of best prospects at Manchester United. And I've just reflected for just joining, the video. My number 5 was Hannibal Mejbri. My number 4 was Facundo Pellistri. Number 3, I've got Mason Greenwood. My number two in terms of talent at Manchester United is Rasmus Hojlund. Rasmus Hojlund has not made a single wrong move at Manchester United. Not a single one. He's only 20, so he's young. I feel like this boy is a Wayne Rooney in the making, but in terms of his abilities, he's a balance. I think he has got the finesse of Ruud van Nistelrooy, the energy of Wayne Rooney, and technique of Wayne Rooney as well. He has got the skill almost of Babatov, and he's the left foot of Robin van Persie. He's got the energy of Louis Saha, probably. He's such a player. He's a complete striker. Who give him the right manager, this boy will take us places. So for me, Hojlund, and it's surprising that I'm rating him number 2. You might wonder who is number 1, and in number 1, Kobbie Mainoo. That boy Kobbie Mainoo is the future of Manchester United, fam. That boy, I'm telling you, you see, we've read Jude Bellingham. I think Kobbie Mainoo, well, Jude Bellingham gives you a lot more going forward. But in terms of playing that number 6, that sitting role, I feel like Kobbie Mainoo has the potential to become a Makelele. A Makelele, the Claude Makelele, the legend Claude Makelele. He can't do even better than what we saw N'Golo Kante do for Chelsea. That's that boy Kobbie Mainoo. Now have him, because that position is so important. Manchester United has struggled a lot in that position. The reason we are leaking goals now is because of that position, and that boy, put him there with these, put Rasmus Hojlund on the top. You have Hannibal Mejbri playing, just ahead of him, or close to him as a number 8. Then have Facundo Pellistri on the right, Mason Greenwood flying in on the left. My guy, whoever you put around them in the next 5 years, trust you me, Man United will be unplayable. So for me, that's my top 5 best young prospects at Manchester United. But the worst case scenario would be if any of those either got a bad injury, we hope it doesn't happen, but most terribly if we get the wrong manager who does not give chance to talent and we lose these players. But also, most importantly, the ownership of the club can affect this talent because of the decisions they make. Anyhow, tell me what you think. Hotspot, subscribe. My name is Webb. I'll catch you later, fam. Bye bye.